Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Kim Dent, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for 21 years. I live in the Maryland Heights, Missouri area, and I love to teach stampers and crafters how to make really cute and easy and quick greeting cards. I also want to ask all of you, if you found me on YouTube, my YouTube channel is Stamping with Kim Dent, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Thanks so much. I have a whole bunch of Stampin' Up! News to share with you tonight, along with a couple other things, and I've got two really cute cards. So if you're hopping on, please say hello so I know that you're joining me. And while you're doing that, I'm going to sync my laptop and we are going to get started. How is everyone? Are you having a good weekend? Hi, Allison. I didn't get to say hello in church this morning to you. Hi, Taylor. Thanks for tuning in tonight. All right, I am all synced. That's a beautiful thing, and I hope you all can hear me okay. So I'm going to move my laptop over to the side, and I'm going to share with you a few things that's going on. Hi, Joyce. With Stampin' Up! This week, I want to remind all of you, Stampin' Up! During the month of September came out with specials for every week. They're called the weekly deals. And this week, there are some amazing specials. I'm going to flip my camera down so that I can show you what's on the flyer. So hold on just a second. Oops, forgot to do that. All right. I am so excited because anytime there's a sale, especially on Stampin' Up! Products, I get excited, and I know my customers and friends do too. So there you can see there are the weekly deals. This is the third week. They end on, well, they went from September 15th through the 21st, and there's some great deals. Let's see, there's 11 items this week. One of my favorite things to talk about is this perfectly penciled DSP. It's a black and white DSP. It's normally $12. It's on sale for $9.60. The reason I love it, I love black and white. Oh, hello, Miss Gail. I know Miss Gail just got this perfectly penciled, and now it's on sale, Gail. The perfectly penciled, if you love black and white, it's a very pretty paper, and it's florals, along with some other patterns. But the other very cool thing about it is that you can, I love coloring our DSP with our blends. And then this is a new product that we're carrying. It's called the Pearlize Enamel Effects Basic. I just received mine. This product, there's 3 separate bottles. There's red, white, and like a pearlized. What did I say? Red, white, and like a silver. You can, it gives the effect of like our, our, what's the word? Our dots, our self-adhesive dots. This is what it looks like, and I think you can kind of see from the picture. So you can do other things with it, but I'm going to try to make my own embellishments, I guess, with this product. So 11 products. There's also masking paper in there. Hi, Kim. Thanks for tuning in. Masking paper, that's a great deal. It's usually $7. It's on sale for $5.60. So I want to remind you, there's just one more week because it's just through the month of September for our weekly deals. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about or remind you is that I've talked about the Perfect Partners. I just ordered, I'm so excited because I didn't think I needed it, and then I got some swaps down in New Orleans, and those apple cards just got me. The swaps are, a couple of swaps that I got, the apples are so beautiful, and so that was another one I was like, oh, I've got to get it. And so we have the Apple Harvest stamp set in the mini catalog. The dies, as well as all of the coordinating dies to all of the sets, which I'll show you in a second, they go away. It's a limited time. They're going to go away on September 30th. So we've got the Apple Harvest with the Apple Blossom dies, fresh cut flowers with the fresh cut stems, and then we've got Playful Piggies. That's been a very popular one with the piggy dies. And then this one is what I got. I ordered right off the bat. I had the stamp set Trimming the Tree, but I got the tree trimming dies. And then the Waterfall Canyon, and this amazing set. And now this is something this usually is not my style, but I'm almost tempted to get it because I've seen some wonderful cards made out of this. Do any of you have this yet, Kim? Any of my demonstrator friends or my customers? Hi, Mary Teal. Hi, Flo. This is another one, the Yeti. It's kind of funny name, Yeti to Party, and then the Yeti dies. Oh, so that is, and then there's another one, the Welcome Home. It's the door set that just came out. That's another one that I talked about at stamp class. So these dies will go away. So I'm just trying to, I didn't really emphasize that and haven't been, but I heard another demonstrator and she was like, you've got to get them. If you love them, you've got to get them because they go away on September 30th. Mary, I wondered if you were going to get it. That waterfall, that beautiful waterfall dies. I've seen it paired with like the mountain, what is it, mountain air. It's just beautiful. So there you go. All right, and then the last thing I want to remind you about is the virtual card making day. Let's see if I can, here we go. The virtual card making day. This is going to be a fun day of, it's a free event put on by Stampin Up. It's about 3 hours, and I just read like a little promo on it, and it said that they would be introducing like some new techniques. So I don't think new products, but I do know new techniques. So for a free event, it is on October 1st, and the promo for this is that if you choose to order cottage rose, cottage wreaths, oh, there it is, the warm welcome. If any of these bundles between now and October 1st, you get a free pack of the iridescent pearls for free. So you have till October 1st to do that. And if you want information about the virtual card making day, please contact me. It is, I think I just read it's not necessary to register, but they'll keep you updated or probably remind you through email that it's coming up. So if you're interested in that, please let me know, and I will make sure you get signed up. All right, I just realized, here we go. So this is, there you go. This is my new host code. If you're interested, DPKB27DX. There's my website. If you're placing an order that's $150 or more, please do not use this code because I want you to get the Stampin' Rewards. If it's under $150, then if you will use that host code, it will help me out. So I greatly appreciate that. So here we go. I'm going to show you the first card that I'm going to make for you tonight. What do you think? Are any of you in love with this pumpkin like I am? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I just had the best time today. I could have made 10 of them because I love coloring with our blends, the sunflowers. So the stamp set, if you haven't seen me use it already, it is Hello Harvest, and it has a coordinating set of dies called the Rustic Pumpkin dies. So I didn't have to fussy cut anything. I just, let's see. Oh wait, I know where I put them. In my handy dandy Harbor Freight. So there's a die that cuts out the sunflowers, and then here's the die that cut out the pumpkin. So There you go. I've done that work ahead already, so you don't have to watch me crank it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Boy, I wish they would have come out with another name or a shorter name. Here's the kit. I chose Early Espresso, and that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. This sweet piece of gingham cottage. This is a 12 by 12 pack. That's amazing if you love ginghams. This piece, here's the flip side. Ooh, spooky for Halloween. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. It's, oh, and here you go. It's on page 59 of the mini catalog. So in case you're wondering, where is that? Sometimes we have products in our catalog and people, and I'm going to show you another one with the second card. People are like, where is that? Hello, Mom. Oh, yay. Gail, this pumpkin, I stamped it, well, I'll tell you, I stamped it onto pumpkin pie, but if I would have had a little bit more time, it would have been so pretty to color with the blends. So I just stamped it, inked it up in Memento and stamped on pumpkin pie. Okay, this piece is Pale Papaya, and we're going to use the deckled rectangle dies to cut this piece out. And this is 3 inches by 4 1/4. And then this pretty piece, which I don't think the camera does it justice, but this is our brushed, this is a piece of a 12 by 12 piece. It's the brushed metallic DSP. And this is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I know the last time I did a card where we cut out this top piece and layered it on. If you can see, this is larger, 3 by 4 1/4. This is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And it's not a boo-boo. What you need a little extra space when you're cutting out, you know, something. I couldn't have it like the exact size that I needed. So it's kind of, if it throws you because of the numbers, don't let it. It just means I wanted a little extra in case it wiggled, you know, going through. So this is 3 by 4 1/4. And the die that I use is part of the deckled rectangle die set. So I'm going to put that there. Let's see. Then, oh, I wanted to tell you the brushed metallic DSP that this pretty piece came in. It comes in copper, gold, and bronze. It's $15 and it's found on page 139 of the annual catalog. All right. We need a 3 by 3 piece of pumpkin pie to stamp our pumpkin on. You need an inside piece of basic white that I made that 3 3/4 by 5. And then this is for basic white, 2.5 by 3.5 for your sunflowers. And then one tiny little piece, and this is for the hello. And I just had a scrap. This is this is a 1/2 by 3 3/4. And this is for the message on the outside. So I'm going to do something different. If you can see this little, I've seen this on, I'm trying to think what the demonstrator's name is. And I just thought, I'm going to give it a go. I usually either punch out like my message and stamp on it, or I use a die, but she uses paper snips. And I kind of thought, well, I could crank out a bunch of those if this works. So we'll see. So this is actually for what I use for the hello, but then I snipped it off at an angle. So I'll let you take a picture of that. And I'm going to bring in my stamps. And I hope that was long enough for you. I love fall. My birthday is December 23rd. So I'm a big fan of anything winter or Christmas. But fall, well, I love spring too because of the flowers. But that cool, crisp air and the heat, you know, I'm not a big fan of the heat. So I love fall, and I love all things that go with it. The changing of the leaves, just the I love anything pumpkin. If you know me, if you've come, if you're in the Maryland Heights area, please come and visit me. I'm the secretary at Zion Lutheran Church and Preschool, but we also have a delightful coffee shop on the lower level of our church, and recently, like within the last week or two, they brought back pumpkin flavoring for the coffees, and pumpkin muffins and pumpkin bread. So yeah, I'm going crazy. Does anyone else love pumpkin? Anything pumpkin candles? Woo! All right, there you can see where I have stamped on the 3x3 piece of pumpkin pie. And let's see, I'm just going to do a quick, the magic of the internet there. I've cut it out for you so you didn't have to watch me do that. So I'm going to set that aside. And then the next piece I'm going to bring in is that piece of basic white. And I'm going to stamp my sunflowers, these pretty little sunflowers, in Memento also. I like to take the ink pad and go on top of the stamp. Most of the time. Sometimes I don't, but when I want to make sure that it gets all inked up, usually I do that, especially if it's a larger stamp. Oh, beautiful. All right, and then I'm going to share with you the colors, and I'm going to color just a bit for you, just so you can see how pretty the colors are. So I'm using Daffodil Dark and Light. I almost forgot I had this one. This is Dark Soft Succulent and Light Soft Succulent. And then Calypso Coral, Dark and Light. And then these two colors, so how many of you remember when we brought in the flesh tones? They don't actually have, like, they're numbered. They don't have names. So I'm using SU 600 and SU 300, and that's for the center of the sunflowers. I almost wish they would have given them a name, but I understand. So so I'm going to start out, and I'm going to use the leaves first, color the leaves first. And like I said, I'm only going to do part of them. I love using the brush tip. See how fine that point is? Just going to do this one right here, I think. Although it's hard to stop. This is just like on Sunday, afternoons when I come down here after we eat lunch. Rick and I come down here and I came up with the idea for this card, and then I started coloring. I could have colored all afternoon. Okay, and then I'm going to add just a little bit more. These leaves are so tiny, but I wanted to I just love the depth and the dimension, so I'm adding a little bit of dark soft succulent on top of that. And I didn't feel it was necessary. Usually you'll see me do it with the sunflowers. Like, I like to blend the two colors together. Let's see, I use light Calypso Coral for these funny little flowers. I'm not sure what they are. And then, where is it? Oh, here it is. For this one, I use dark. Aren't they pretty colors? And then I'm going to show you how I did, let's see, the sunflower. So I'm going to put down for all of the petals on the sunflowers. Who loves sunflowers? I do. Mom and I, we were given by my daughter-in-law little baby sunflower plants last year, and then we kept the seeds, but we had a hard time. We didn't get them going. So, but I've seen some beautiful, who thought there were so many different kinds of sunflowers? They're all different kinds, just like with irises or roses. Okay, there you can see I put on a layer of dark daffodil, and now this is my favorite. I just like to go back over it. So that's not necessary, but I just feel like it covers up is not so much on like these little flowers, but when you're coloring a large image, that's just how some stampers are like to color. Like they put down the light layer, then they go over with the dark, and then they go back over with the light. And some demonstrators, I hear them, they'll just go straight to they'll go dark, they'll do the dark one first, and then they go in and add the light, like they do the detail, and then they go back in with a light one just to add a little bit of like highlighting. For the center of the sunflowers, I'm using, here we go, SU 600. It's a pretty color. It kind of reminds me of cinnamon cider. And then the dark one. And I just went around the outside, and then I just decided to add like those little bitty dots. So there you can see. That's just a portion of it, but I'm not going to bore you all night with me coloring. But I will finish this up because I'm going to make lots of these pumpkin cards. So through the magic of television, we have, there I've got the finished one. And I've added a little bit of Wink of Stella on it, just to add a little, just to add a little bit of sparkle. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but so pretty, so pretty. So now we get to assemble. Oh, and I also, one more thing. There's our deckled pale papaya piece. So that's a fun little, just a different type of die, different than like our stitch rectangles, are just a straight edge. It's got like a deckled edge. All right, now we're going to assemble. So I'm going to bring in my early espresso and my bone folder. Oops. And then I'm using what I think I love it. This is a really large piece of DSP, but I love it. So Gingham Cottage, 12 by 12, page 59 of the mini catalog. And this piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I made, yesterday I stamped all day long. Oh, no, I know what, I've got it, that reminds me. Well, I did stamp for the better part of the day. I stamped 25 cards, the same cards for a friend, and I ran out of my stamp and seal. So I've got an order coming on Tuesday, but that's why you're seeing me use, this is an old snail adhesive, Tombow adhesive. That's why you're seeing me use this one tonight. And let's see, the brush metallic goes on next. Oh, and I do want to tell you this snail adhesive, for some reason this backing, it did not work. It wouldn't grab. So we're using some Tombow glue, just a little bit, little dabadooya. I've gone to using more dots like that lately. Do you see how I did that? I don't know. Just, I guess, yesterday when I ran out. I feel like it definitely, when you're mass producing cards like that, it just goes quicker with your stamp and seal. But I had to use Tombow glue for the better part of the card making. Okay, there's that pale papaya. Oh, sorry girls, I didn't realize I was off camera. There you go. Okay, and then we're gonna adhere the pumpkin. Whoop! Oh, look at that! It caught a traveler right there. That's one of our. We're gonna use those, but not that one. Okay, and you can see it's up a little bit higher. Like normally you would see me, but because the rectangle, the deckled rectangle, is longer, I decided to move it up just a little bit for the image. And then the beautiful sunflowers are going to get some dimensionals. Oh, thank you, Peggy. Deep, medium. Thank you so much. Deep, medium, medium, light, and light. Well, thank you. Hi, Brenda. Thank you for that bit of information. I appreciate that. So girls, if you order the skin tones, you're going to get deep, medium, medium light, and light. And I believe you can order those in, Peggy, will you check? Can you order those individually, or how are they sold? By twos or by groups? I can't remember. You're ordering them. Can you tell me how they can be ordered? Is it, I ordered mine so long ago, I don't remember. Does anybody? Any of my friends? All right, almost done. And I decided this is where I'm going to show you how I did this little bitty scrap. I'm going to bring in early espresso. I kind of debated on what color to stamp the message. But I thought because the card base was early espresso that this tied it nicely all together. So we're going to use hello. And I'm going to go all the way over to the far side. That was easy. And then, no punch or no die. I'm just going to take this and give it a nice, clean, angled cut. Isn't that fancy? I can save this one and use it on another card. They're doubles, just like the other blends. Thanks, Peggy. All right, and then I also popped this one up on dimensionals. Isn't that fun? So I started saying earlier to Gail, you know, probably if I would have had more time, but that's a great way. Like you can see, I didn't, if I would have had more time, I would have colored in the pumpkin, but coloring I enjoy, but I know sometimes it's hard. Like when I'm watching stampers, demonstrators, you know, on their videos and that, it's kind of hard to watch. So I just thought I'm going to stamp this directly into pumpkin pie, and I like the way it looks. It's covered up a lot, so there's that. And then the last thing, we're going to bring in the brush metallic adhesive back dots. And I've got the same thing, copper, gold, and bronze. And so I'm going to bring in your take your pick tool and use 3. And then one down here. So there you go. What do you think? Oh, one more thing I'm going to show you. I did this just because there you could see my coloring. Isn't that so sweet? And don't forget, you can also stamp on your envelopes. My friend Valerie says no one likes to receive naked envelopes. So here's my tip. If you are planning on stamping and then coloring it in with blends, with Stampin' Right markers, it's okay. But what I would do is I would take like just a layer of copy paper and I put it into, you know, while I'm coloring. Otherwise, it's going to bleed through. So that's just my little tip. And my other tip, here we go for this one too. I also take, anytime now that I send anything in the mail with embellishments, I add a layer of cardstock and I put it on top of my on top of the embellishments, because I just know with the postal system, with the machines that they go through, that this either will almost tear. I've gotten some cards and it's like torn through, and then the card gets damaged. So this is just what I do, and that's just a little tip I thought I'd share with you. And all right, we are on to the next card. So the next one is a Christmas card. Hi, Shirley. Yay, you found me. All right. Dun, 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 dun. This one, I love doing quick and easy Christmas cards. And tonight you're going to see how easy this one is to make. You can step it up a little bit. I'm going to show you how to do that. Or you can make it just a sweet and simple card. If you're making, you know, some of my customers send out like 100 handmade cards, and they have pretty much already started on theirs, like working on them through the summertime. And this is one of those cards that is, you could reproduce many of them in a short amount of time. So here we go. This is the stamp set that I used. Is cracked it open tonight. It is called Peace to You, and it is on page 41 of the mini. And you can see it is 6 stamps, Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus, and then this little church, which this little church, we don't have these big trees next to on our property, but this looks very similar to one of before Zion, when Zion was just a little wooden, white, small church. It resembled this, so I had to have it. And then Silent Night, Holy Night. Can we all sing a minute? Silent Night. I love Christmas and I love hymns, and so this just looked perfect along with the little church with the trees. And then Peace to You at Christmas, I'm going to use on the inside. May God's hope and love shine on you this season, and then the light of the world. Very cool font, don't you agree? This one and this one. So it's a mixture of 2 different fonts. All right. And I'm going to let you, oh, thank you, Brenda. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm going to show you the kit, which is really easy. It is a piece of Starry Sky, so that's one of the new in colors, and it is 5.5 by 8.5. Oh, there we go. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, but it's going to be this kind of card. Where do we call these? I saw a lady, or I heard yesterday, and I've got to remember to tell you about that. She called the other one, the cards that I normally make, like on the pumpkin card, she called that a tent fold card. I don't know what this one, do y'all have a name for this kind when it opens this way? Book fold? But there it is, Starry Sky, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm just going to set it that way so you can see. And then we need a piece of Starry Sky. Well, it's going to be confusing. Starry Sky, 4 inches by 5 1/4. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely is. If you love sparkles, you're going to love this card. Okay, you need a piece of, this is basic white, 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. There we go with the fancy measurements. Starry Sky, 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Basic white, 3 inches by 4 1/4, and this is what we're going to stamp on. And then, let's see, a piece of white for the inside, 3 3/4 by 5. And here are our 2 pieces, but this is the Snowflake DSP, so I want to show that to you right now. The Snowflake DSP is found on, where did I put it? Oh, I thought I put it down. It's in the mini catalog. I didn't put the page number down. Boo. Well, it's 6 sheets. They're $10. They're 12 by 12. They are iridescent, and then same pattern, white flocking. So there you can see this is iridescent, big snowflakes. And then, I think it is picking up. Okay, there's the snowflake white flocking. And then here's the, I use this one on the card sample, the iridescent. And then here's the white flocking. And I think we're going to use the white flocking on the second card, or the card that I'm making for you. And then we'll decide which one we like best. But this is so pretty. It makes me want to order more. because you're only getting, how many pieces did I say? 6 sheets. And now I love it, and now I have to order more. So I'm going to clear this out, get this out of the way because I don't want to get it all inky. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. It's this piece. And if you, thank you, Mary Teal, page 40 girls. Thank you, Peggy. It is very pretty. It is prettier in person than it is, you know, in the catalog. So here's my basic white, 3 inches by 4 1/4. I've already got my Stamparatus set up. So here's my commercial. If you, one, make a lot of multiple cards, or I know my friend Cheryl Spencer, I think she only stamps with this Stamparatus. Every time she stamps a card, the stamps are on the Stamparatus. I use this like for multiple cards, or like at Christmas time. If I want to make sure my words are straight on a, you know, if I'm having like a little issue with a large stamp, I put it on the Stamparatus, because if like in Happy Birthday, I miss the, you know, day on, and then I would ordinarily have to like toss it because it didn't come out right. With the Stamparatus, you're able to, you know, ink it up again because it's going to stay in the same place. So, and then my other tip is, do you see how I brought in the stamp case? This is going to sit kind of behind when this plate flaps open. Let's see if it shows on the camera. And I just think this is the way to go when you're inking up. Oh, I'm sorry about that light bulb. When you're inking up your stamps on the Stamparatus. You too, Peggy? Okay, and then this is the other thing. I noticed when I started stamping with this Starry Sky, it really should be, it really should be re-inked. I forgot to do this part, girls. I've lined it up, and you can see I've kind of marked it. So if I was making 25 of these, I know exactly where my cardstock is supposed to go. So I started saying that ink pad needs to be juicier, but with the Stamparatus, and this is one of my friend Paula, she gifted me one of these. I think she got it off of Etsy. So this is because I have arthritis, so me pushing like to make 25 cards would make me kind of crazy, and it would make my hands hurt. So these tools, if you've got arthritis, with your Stamparatus, make stamping so much more enjoyable. Okay, let's see what happens. See where it's like, see where it's kind of, it needs to be brighter. So all I have to do is ink this back up, and I can do it a couple times if I want, so it stays in the same place. Oh, see, I'm going to do it one more time up at the top. Oh, it's still doing that. It's making me crazy. I wonder why I need to press. But that's the beauty of it. So I don't have to throw it away, you know, because it didn't stamp or I didn't have my ink pad juiced up enough. There we go. Whew! Okay, now I'm going to bring in, I'm going to actually remove this plate, and I'm going to bring in, I've got Silent Night, Holy Night all lined up. And I'm just going to move up my bar just a little bit so it's out of the way. Oh, sorry. Sorry for the jiggle. Okay, this one, because of space, I'm just going to do it here off to the side. Give this a light touch. I don't need to press hard on that one. Ask me how I know. It's because if you press too hard, then it kind of smooshes those letters. And that's beautiful. There we go. All right. All ready to assemble already, girls. So the next piece is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Oh, I'm going to close this for right now. Thank you, Patty. So easy to do, girls. And today I really, you know, it's kind of like an adventure every time I come down here because I just like to create on the fly. So usually when I am stamping for all on, you know, Sunday night, it is because I've come down here after church and created 2 cards. And I really was going to use the boughs of holly, the holly and berries, because I just got that one. And but I looked at this and I saw a card on Pinterest by Brian King. If you don't know about Brian King, he's an amazing, talented Atlanta, Georgia, and Pinterest of his. And then I just kind of modified it and made it my own. So on my sample, I used the iridescent DSP. But tonight I've decided I want to use the flocking. So I'm going to set this to the side. Let's see how this turns out. I decided I want to pop this layer up. So that's why instead of just having this by itself, the flocking layer, the vellum, I've added it to a layer of Starry Sky cardstock. And let's see. Oh, I did it with the Tombow glue again. And just in the center. I'm not even, you know, going like all over. Just some in the center. Because it's going to be hidden then by the church. Line this up. And then the nice thing about Tombow glue, girls, is like I don't want that blue cardstock peeking out, so it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. You can see I just was able to, you know, slide it over just a little bit. So this now is ready to get dimensionals on it. I don't want to forget to tell you something. So it's about what I was a part of this weekend, and so don't let me sign off without telling you about that, because some of you are probably wondering. Okay, this layer then gets put onto the Starry Sky 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, that layer. And then this layer gets put directly on top of it. And I will tell you, I had this idea. I was playing with, let's see if it's around here. Nope, I've already put it away. We have now sell its snow like puff paint. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that be pretty, like on the ground here? You put it down, it's like, you know, like liquid glue, and then you heat it and it puffs up. But it kind of, I don't know, it took away, did I not take, oh my goodness, I took those off. Why isn't that sticking? No, I did not take it off. This is kind of how yesterday went. Girls, did you see what I did? I did not take off the backings because I'm gabbing. So when I tried that, it just, I don't know, it took away from the simpleness of this sweet stamp. I can see using that with more of a, I don't know, like a whimsical Christmas card. Or I've seen it used like on the gnomes that we have on their beers. That's kind of fun, but it morphed into something totally different than what I had in my head. So you can see this I love matchy-matchy. Do you see the dots for the snow and then the dots for the white flocking there? So that's why I thought with the iridescent one, it goes so pretty. It matches. I'm going to bring in some of my basic rhinestone jewels, the small ones, and I'm going to use 5. There we go. Oh, and I then on the inside, I chose Peace to You at Christmas. What do you think? Do you like the iridescent one or the soft white flocking one? I don't know. Now that I'm seeing them, I kind of like the way the rhinestones coordinate with this iridescent piece. But I like both of them. And it's like, again, it's one of those cards that you could so easily, oh yeah, you're right, Brenda. I did. I used 5 rhinestones. More than 3. I know. I go crazy every once in a while. So I thought it would be pretty, you know, like as far as stamping your images, I really am going to have to look like in my Christmas stamps. I would really like to put like a star, like some sort of star like in here, or some soft image, but or maybe some snowflakes. That would be pretty too. But anyway, I hope you like them. The pumpkin card and the Christmas card. You're going to see me gearing up for Christmas, and also continuing to do the fall cards for a while. This is something, how would it look stamping the shimmery paper? Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea, Mary Teal. I think it would look beautiful on that on shimmery white paper, that specialty. Yeah, that's a great idea. Good thought there, Mary Teal. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around, and I just want to tell you quickly about something because it's getting close to 8 o'clock. So hold on just one moment. I'm going to flip this around. Okay, so I am honored that I was asked this year to be part of a group called the Stampin Up. It's a global share fair, and it took place this weekend. So some of you, as my customers, were invited to, thank you, Flo, were invited to this Facebook group, which you can, if you got an invitation from me, don't think it's, you know, something weird. It is, it was so amazing. There were 15 demonstrators from all around the world, the UK, the Australia, and the US, and we created cards for this. It was called the Global Share Fair event. And the cool part about it is, if you're a customer of mine, Mary Teal's already taken advantage of this. If you place an order between now and next Saturday, you'll receive from me the 15 PDFs, which includes mine, that were created for each of the cards. So what I want you to do is go in and see if I sent you an invitation to the SU Global Share Fair. You can watch videos. They're short. Like my presentation was only 15 minutes long. And I did the WV card, which I think you all have seen me do. It's what I took for my swap. We've made it with our team. But for my customers, we have not done that in class because it's a little bit more complicated. So that's the card that I did for the event. And I created a PDF for the very first time with pictures, along with the other 14 other demonstrators. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, or you're not sure what I'm talking about, send me a message. I'd be happy to guide you, because you can still take a look at the, it was a some of the events, some of the videos were on Friday, and then I was the first one on Saturday morning at 8:30 in the morning. And I had a little rocky start, but I got going. I forgot my mic. That was one of the things when it first got started, but thankfully I saw it laying there, and so it was hooked up. But anyway, it all went really well, and I'm very proud of being a part of this group. The cards are amazing. So go and take a look. If you I think when you join, correct me if I'm wrong, girls, I think you have to answer a question, and it will say, who is the demonstrator that invited you to this group? So you would put my name in, and that would give you entrance into, or you would be able to then join the group. They want to make sure everybody's legit and there's not some crazy hackers out there that are joining. But it was a fun event. I'm planning on taking part of more of them. I'm excited that it's a very talented group of demonstrators that that get together. So if you're interested, please let me know. If you want to place an order between now and next Saturday, please use the host code that was here on my grid paper, or you can always contact me and I'll send it to you. So that's all for now. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much. God's blessings. Bye-bye.